So I want to discuss this matchup. Like, I mean, this guy, he says he's platinum, right? He played okay, okay-ish, right? Okay-ish. But again, you see, like, I bet him as Tryndamere. Now, like, how to beat Nasus? How to beat Nasus, right? The problem with a lot of Nasus players is they don't understand how to play early game. Like, I'm Nasus main, right? I also play Nasus. What they do is they try to stack early game. They're going for stacks early game. Like, you have to understand, as Nasus, right? As Nasus, you cannot stack. Well, I'm gonna do this is gonna be like a two-part series where one is actually gonna show you the game, and this I'm gonna discuss how to actually beat Nasus early game, right? So the first problem with Nasus is they start things like Sheen, Horn with armor. The first problem that you're gonna run into as Nasus, you're gonna go out of mana, right? Because what's gonna happen? If you want to beat Nasus, it's very, very, very easy, right? You take down turrets and inhibitor and you won the game. Why? Because early game Nasus has no ability to deal with super minions at all. Furthermore, he cannot stack early game quickly enough to deal with swarms and swarms of minions, right? Because he will get overloaded with minions, right? And his cooldowns are so high that he simply cannot stack efficiently, right? If he will try to freeze, he's too squishy to tank the minion damage. Imagine like 3 waves of minions just shooting at him, and he's standing here. He will die very, very quickly, right? So what is he forced to do? He's forced to use his E. He's gonna start leveling up his E, is insanely expensive on mana, right? Insane, right? So that's one way of doing it. Second way, if he maxes his W, all you do is run away, and then your minions are gonna finish him off. Why? Because his E will eat a lot of mana and do no damage to minions at all. Alright, so all you have to do is push and push and push with minions. You are not winning the game. The minions are winning the game, right? So you have to think about it. The minions are winning the game. You are not winning the game. So he tries to engage you, he doubles you, he E's you, you run away. And that's it. That's all you do. You smack him a couple of times, you run away. His cooldowns come back. What does he do? He runs back to minions, try to wave clear, right? You come back, you start clearing the minions yourself. He's gonna attack you, you're gonna run away. And you just rinse and repeat. And what's gonna happen is he will have no mana. That's it. As soon as he runs out of mana, he's effectively a turret with no damage, right? He's very tanky, very hard to kill, but imagine Nasus with auto attacks, right? I mean, what is he going to do with auto attacks? He cannot do anything. As soon as he runs out of mana, you won the game because now he cannot fight you, right? He cannot fight you. And number two, he cannot wave clear at all. The only thing he can do is stack because his Q is very low mana, it's like 20. But you have to understand, if he's stacking minions, he cannot attack you, right? What you do next is you build defensive. The most important item against Nasus is Warmog. Why? Because you can run away, wait in the bush for 8 seconds, come back with full health. He's gonna try to fight you again, right? You have to understand, when Nasus goes all in, he uses ridiculous amounts of mana. Ridiculous amounts of mana, right? When that happens, right? If you survive, you come back on second rotation with your full health, right? He does it again, he ults in you, right? That's it. His mana pool is gone. That's it, right? And then once super minions start flooding in, you just have to attack the turrets. Do not fight the Nasus. Just attack the turrets, right? The most important items, I made a mistake. I bought Thornmail. Do not buy Thornmail, right? Do not buy it. Why? Because Thornmail creates turret aggro, right? As soon as you approach a turret to try to hit it, he's gonna attack you. The turret starts attacking you, right? Radiant Omen is much better. Why? Because it reduces his damage by like a lot. Alright? It also slows down his auto attacks, right? And it has a slow. So he slows you, you can disengage, he tries to chase you, you slow him, right? With your auto attack. And you have to understand, while you're doing this, well, let me show it to you, right? Let me show it to you. Okay, so first thing first, right? In here we push the minion wave, right? Right, you see his mana pool is already half, right? And he has no way to recharge his mana, right? Oh yeah, when you see relics, make sure to take them first, because if he takes it second, he doesn't give a lot of mana. Bottom line, what I'm trying to say is you have to attack the mana pool, and that's it. You have to attack the mana pool and structures, and that's it. That's how you win. Okay? Do you see? Like, look at how much his mana. Like, it's just there's no way for him to win, because he needs mana to win, and if he has no mana, he can't win, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you see? Like, he can't do anything, right? Do you see? I'm gonna disengage. I'm going to W him, right? Right? He's on. That's it. That's it. He's on, right? I'm gonna stack up. I'm gonna heal. Without mana, he cannot kill you, right? He just cannot kill you. Just look. You see? He's on, dude. That's it. He's on. Do you see? Look at his damage, right? Right? And my minions, you see? I'm protected by my minions. In minion wave, he cannot fight you, right? Because he's too squishy right now. So again, you win through minions. You don't win through fighting him, right? So what do I do now, right? I'm gonna push the wave in, right? The second way to beat him, right, is when he becomes low on resources. I will repeat this, very, 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 very important. Do not kill him, okay? Do not kill him, because as soon as he's dead, he's gonna come back with a mana item, and then you're doomed, right? If Nasus is smart, he will buy mana item, and you're doomed. That's it. Game over, right? Now, normally they buy it, like, if technically speaking, right? Technically speaking, like when I play Nasus, why people cannot defeat my Nasus and they say he's overpowered? Because I understand how to play early game, right, as Nasus. Early game as Nasus, you have to level twice E and then W one time. You don't even think about Q early, right? You have to clear the minion waves. You have to clear them, and you have to stack your... You see, his runes are incorrect, right? He doesn't have the mana... It's like Presence of Mind, I think it's called, right? Something like that it's called, right? It's like it gives you mana pool, right? Because this thing, Presence of Mind, right, it only works if you're fighting. But if you're running away, if a person is running away from you, you cannot use it. You know what I mean? So his mana pool is just like... if he gets Tear of Goddess, like, he automatically wins, right? But I mean, you can look at my games where I play Nasus. You'll see how I play. I play completely different, right? So anyway, when he's low on resources, what you do is you push the minions in. It bounces back to you, and you freeze in here. You just freeze it, right? He will not be able to farm. Sometimes you can zone him out of experience. By the time he will get full health, he will have no stacks at all. You will have like 120 CS, he will have like 24 CS, or whatever he got right now, right? 16 CS, right? And 60 stacks, right? When that happens, even if he kills you, you come back with armor items, he will do literally no damage. Absolutely no damage, right? Because you have to understand that, right? He is like... Nasus to scale, he needs two things. He needs to stack up and get tanky, right? He needs to stack and get tanky, right? If you go tanky, he needs like 1,500 stacks and Trinity Force to do meaningful damage, right? To do meaningful damage. As long as you don't stand in his circle. But you'll see what I'm saying. So right now my plan is... That's my mistake. I should have taken this. That's my mistake, right? So attack him when you can, but don't prioritize it, right? So you see, my priority is the turret. So right now he's panicking, right? Because if he has no mana for his ulti or for his W, right? Because Nasus's abilities, they are very expensive in terms of mana, right? So what you do right now is you have to take down turret. You have to remember, as soon as you take this, you won the game, early game. Like if you take this pre 15 minutes, you won the game. That's it. Just don't fight him then. You'll see. What you see? I'm not attacking him, right? Only when I have to. Only when I have to. And you see his problem, right? So now he's pushing the wave into me because he's panicking, right? And always W him because it messes up his stacking, right? Because you have to remember, if he uses a Q and he doesn't get a stack, that's lost mana, right? So now we're gonna freeze. We're gonna set up a freeze now, right? Only last hit at the last second, right? And make sure you don't get hit by minions. Make sure you don't tank the minions. Otherwise you can break the freeze, right? Now, this is like lane mechanics, right? Now you have to understand lane mechanics, right? I take this first. I make sure he doesn't take it because right now I can literally kill him if I want to, right? Now, if it happens that you kill him, as soon as possible, take down the turret and take down the inhibitor as fast as possible, right? Like if I were to kill him in here, I would push as fast as possible, destroy the turret, destroy the Nexus, sacrifice myself, come back with armor items, and then start letting the minions push, right? Just start letting the minions push. Because Nasus needs about in this matchup 1-on-1 to be effective, you're talking 900 stacks, right? 900 stacks is very difficult to get. Assuming there are no super minions pushing, because if the super minions pushing, he's doomed. He's doomed. Absolutely doomed. And also make sure you don't miss minions. You see, I missed a minion. That's very bad. Like in this matchup, you cannot afford to do that, right? The reason why I'm getting away with it is because this guy's platinum player, right? If this was like a master tier, if this was master tier Nasus, this game would have been over for me by now, because he would be like 200 stacks, full mana, and I would have no health, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, why am I playing into Nasus, right? But because this platinum, I can kind of play. You see, that's a big mistake. What he's doing right now is a big mistake, right? Because I mean, if Nasus gets 1 CS or whatever for 1 E, it's worth for you because he doesn't scale well with money, right? He only scales with kills, stacks, and levels, right? So the minion wave is becoming slightly too big, so I have to trim it now, right? Yeah, right now I need to start aggressively trimming it. Because you have to factor in that Tryndamere is quite squishy, so I cannot tank it myself, right? So I have to rely on minions, right? But this is ideal position. This is ideal position. That's where you want to be, right? You want to be close to his health thingy, right? And well, ideally, honestly, it should be probably in here somewhere. Yeah. So I can run him down if I want to, right? Yeah, you see, he's doomed, right? He's doomed. Like, right now the problem is my minion wave is a bit too big. Like, if he was smart, he would have ulted and fought me in here. But the problem is he's fighting, right? Like, he loses this now, right? If he was to fight me in here, he would have won. You see, so what I'm doing is I'm pushing as fast as I can, right? I need to take down the turret, right? And I need to take down the next, right? So now I'm attacking his mana pool again, right? Because this is all good for me because my minions are killing the Nexus and they're killing his minions, right? So as soon as remember, as soon as this falls, that's it, game over for him. So that's okay. You see he's already like 70% mana, right? Items that you need against him is Radiant Omen and Warmog and ideally Thornmail. And also you need the Ninja Tabi, right? Like, this is a mistake. I should have used my E to escape his circle, right? Because it's not about damage with Nasus. It's about basically surviving. And attacking his mana pool, right? Technically, you don't need to fight Nasus at all, ever. That's my mistake, because you see in how to say, on Summoner's Rift, structures regenerate health, right? But in Aram they do not, right? So I should have like smacked his Nexus, whatever, right? So naturally, next items I'm gonna buy boots and some lifesteal, right? That's my mistake. I should have taken the health thingy. Like, he's fighting me, I'm running away. Right? If you're not standing in the circle, right? His damage is nullified by your armor. If you're standing in a circle, he will do a lot of damage because he has 45% armor penetration, right? When you're in a circle. You see, this is a mistake. I'm standing in a circle. I should have simply cleared the minions and F off, right? Because look at his mana pool. His mana pool is almost gone, right? Well, I can beat him now, that's why I kind of go for it, you know? So now I need to take down the Nexus. I need to destroy this thing as fast as possible, right? Yeah. And I need to push. Yeah, you see, so I'm killing, like I'm winning with minions basically, right? This is a mistake. Do not tank turret shots, because turret shots do a lot of damage to you. He does not do damage to you, turret shots, right? So you need to make sure that you are playing it correctly, right? Like, all of this is good because, again, his mana pool is depleting, right? All of this is good because super minion, and you have to also understand, once you take down this thing, you want to waste his time chasing you because super minion waves are coming, right? As soon as you get 2 to 3 waves of super minions, right? You see, like, once the third wave comes in, he's gonna be stuck in here. And that's it, right? So you see, I'm wasting his time, basically. Because you see his problem, right? Look at his problem. Super minions, dude. They're literally like pushing in, right? Do you see, like, he's eats you, like it's just like it's a nightmare for him, right? It's an absolute nightmare. So now I need to clear the minions, right? I need to clear the minions. Again, he's chasing me. I'm just running. That in here I almost lost the game. This is like, this is because Thornmail is this is why the problem with Thornmail, right? But my exhaust kind of saved me, right? You want to make sure you always take the relics against them. Always, always, always take the relics, right? Because then he has no way to like replenish his mana pool. And just run away. Yeah, run away. Wait for minions, yeah. So this turret is dead, and you just rinse and repeat. That's it. But you see, like, his mana is almost gone now, right? If I take down this turret, he loses right now. And you see, he has no way to protect him as well, right? That's why I go for this play, because I know if I take this turret, that's it, it's GG, right? Because he has no way to kill himself, right? The thing I should have done was I should have retreated, take every single health relic, come back, smack the inhibitor, right? And then probably die, right? Because and then, like, if I was to do that, I would have full health, and I would have 2 waves of super minions coming in, right? And then he would kill me probably, but he would expend all of his mana, and then I would come back and I would finish off. This item is overpowered versus him, right? Oh yeah, and you need you need to reduce his healing, so you need to buy Bramble Vest as well. But you see, like, we achieved our success because he had no mana right now. I mean, think about the cost. For him to all-in me, he has to activate ulti, E, plus this is 300, so 100, 230, 310 mana, plus 1 Q, which is 20 mana, right? So this would be 25% of his pool, right? So on the his first E is a waste of time because I'm going to spin out of it, right? So he's gonna have to use it again, right? He will have to use it again. And that's another 130 mana. So 40% of his mana is gonna be absorbed just to reach you, right? And you have to understand, if he fails in 2 rotations, he's Om. And if he's Om, you see he can't kill super minions, right? This is very simple. I just take down this thing and I finish him off, right? I'm too tanky for him to deal with me right now, right? I run away. Obviously he's Om. I just go and finish the job. Do you see how my Warmog is just doing the work I needed to do, right? And that's it. And that's how you beat him. Honestly, on this map, I don't think... Well, if I play against Tryndamere, I will not lose a game against Tryndamere, right? It's just not gonna happen. Because if you watch, you can actually go to my channel and see Nasus versus Tryndamere, and you'll see how to play this, right? I mean, it's very simple. First thing you do is you buy Horn as Nasus, mana item, and a health pot, right? And the first thing you do in the beginning, you have to use your E to clear the wave, right? When your wave is cleared, right, he cannot dive you. Like, your idea is to preserve this turret for as long as possible, okay? Right? Now, the most difficult point is level 6 against Tryndamere, right? Because you'll be level 5 because he's gonna be pushing, and you have to survive his level 6. technically, if you like, technically game is like this, right? If you survived level 6, you did not go on, and the wave is in here, right? You won the game. I go as far as to say you probably won the game, right, at that point in time, right? Because what's going to happen, and you have to run runes that are scaling, right? For this to work, you have to have scaling runes, because once you hit level, like once you pass level 6, you can now permanently freeze the wave in here with your E, and you have enough damage and sustain, so you can, for example, when you're gonna approach to farm, right, when you're gonna approach to farm, he will E and auto you, right? But when he does that, you can auto attack minions and Q stack, right? And as time passes, you gain more stacks, and at some point in time, you'll be able to out heal his trade with one Q. So you go to farm, he autos, he spins away, you attack the minion with your Q, and you heal the health back. Once you get to that level, you won the game. That's it. That's about level 9, approximately level 9, right? You will still might have some issues with mana, because if he's very aggressive, you will, even with mana item, you will still go om, but at that point it will be probably something like 12 minutes, right? And at 12 minutes, if he takes this turret, and this turret is alive, and you're Nasus, and you have, let's say, I don't know, let's say 200 stacks, right? And you died, you come back with defensive items. There are not a lot of items that Tryndamere can buy to actually do damage to you, right? Because you'll be just way too tanky for him, right? Because the issue with Tryndamere is, surprisingly enough, he does not have a lot of sustain versus Nasus, because like Tryndamere, sustain comes from Q. If he uses Q, his damage is reduced. He cannot crit you, right? And if he cannot crit you, he doesn't do damage, right? So it's like, just watch the matchup. You'll see, like, he has issues. He has issues with sustain, right? And if he goes for lifesteal, he permanently pushes the wave, right? And what happens is you gonna counter. Like, the problem with pushing the wave, right? The problem with pushing the wave as Tryndamere, relying on lifesteal, is because you cannot freeze the wave, right? And if you're not freezing the wave, you're pushing into Nasus, he's gonna stack, right? So he will stack. So that's why I don't like lifesteal kind of. I buy it, but I don't like to rely on it, because if you rely on hitting minions, you're pushing the wave into Nasus, and he starts to stack, and then that's it. You have a potential to lose the game. That's why I think Warmog is a very overpowered item, because I mean, if they're not fighting you, you just, after 8 seconds you're full health again, right? It's kind of busted. Anyway, just watch Nasus versus Tryndamere, you'll see.